Coming up on the pod, we briefly talk about weeder, but more on that next time.
It's got long single leaves.
So I'm Max McMurdo. I'm a small space designer, entrepreneur, and sometimes dabble in telly.
Listen to the crunch as we stamp on roots. Welcome to the Sahawi Sessions. Stories, voices and well-being from the heart of the valleys, and sometimes the van. So today we are literally coming from the Sahawi Valley, as I went out a few weeks ago and I helped some local councillors and the council warden from Caerphilly Council do some Himalayan balsam bashing, which I hadn't heard of before. Apparently lots of people have, but there we are, I hadn't. So the Himalayan balsam, as you'll see in the little video, explained much better, is a very invasive plant, but brought over as an ornamental plant, as a lot of things were, but took over near riverbanks. And in this case, the Sahawi riverbank. So it's a little bit like Japanese knotweed, brought over to look pretty, but then started to invade the space and take over from other plants. So there's a little video about that coming up. We also look at building camper vans. So I've been chatting with Max McMurdo. So he is, you'll find him on Chateau DIY and a number of Channel 4, generally Channel 4 programs, chatting about his eco-friendly camper van builds where they're very modular, so they can come in and out of the van as you want. And I've been speaking to quite a few people recently who want to build a micro camper, and they want something in there that they can remove if necessary or change up when they get bored, which is very much like me. I change up my vans all the time. I'm just going to say I haven't changed this one much, but absolutely, yes, this week there have been some modifications, but that's another story. So I'll be chatting to Max about his roots with Celtic traditions. He is of Scottish descent, although he doesn't sound like it, and what it all means to him. So watch out for that video. Also, if you are interested, his website is Outlandish Campers, and I can get you a 10% discount on his kits. So please go to that website. I will put the link below if you're watching on YouTube, or in the chat on wherever else you might find it. The idea was for me to get a cheapish car van, basically like a Volkswagen Caddy or something like that. That would be my preferable one, and convert it over a weekend of the show. Live on film. I would like to do it. However, I do not want to be left with an old van necessarily. I'm not a mechanic. So the compromise is I will absolutely help to put you in touch with Max. If you're interested in one of these kits, drop me a message or WhatsApp the pod on 074 970 79907. Still have to look at that number. But we talked to Max a little bit later. And then potions and lotions and weeder. So I had been building ACAC, which is a social enterprise. It looks as if that isn't going to go ahead because the people I really wanted to help out with that really don't have the time, and I don't want to pressure anyone, particularly as I tend to go down rabbit holes into what I like to do. So I am just being me. In which case, I am returning to formulating some skincare products, not for sale necessarily, but I am helping people to make some products for themselves. I notice sometimes when I teach yoga, weeder, that kind of thing at festivals, that people want my antiseptic sprays, they want the serum that I drop on their hands to smile at the end and so on. So I will be uploading some documents on how to do that. And if you would like to book me for a festival, I am offering campfire chat facilitation when we're allowed campfires. I've been away the last few weeks at festivals and it's been so dry, we're not allowed campfires, which is understandable. I've just been to my first Wild Fest, which was nice. It was very chilled, does what it says on the description, really. Some live music, but not much else. No shops or food or anything like that. But it's great if you just want to get away for a chilled weekend. But yeah, I'm offering my services for movement, facilitation, talks, and so on. And I'm hoping to do more of that, certainly in next year's festivals as well, because I'm just enjoying this year's, to be quite honest. I'm enjoying chilling. And yeah, making the lotions and potions again. What do you do to keep yourself occupied if you are at home? I was with somebody that I'd only met this morning. We went out for a coffee, somebody on a local group that was looking for some friendship. We were both saying we like to be outside most of the time. But sometimes you're indoors. So what do you do to help your well-being? I have lots of things that I enjoy doing. I have lots of hobbies. Too many, probably. And if you can hear all that creaking in the background, the bin lorry's just arrived. Thanks for that. Anyway, so I do enjoy doing various things. I have tried to force myself to read a little bit more so that at night time I am putting screens away early and I am reading some pages of a book rather than having that blue light constantly there or TV screen or what have you. How do you wind down in the night and what do you do for your well-being hobby-wise? Is there something particularly that you enjoy doing? And if so, would you like to come on the pod and talk about it? If you do, please give us a shout, a WhatsApp, an email. If you want to message me directly onto the pod, the number is again 074 970 79907. So also I have been updating my Wida practice because Wida, which is Celtic yoga. Now, you may have seen if you follow me on TikTok and that kind of thing, that I put quite a few little videos out there, but I don't talk a lot about it because where do you stop once you start? Basically, Wida or Vida is a Celtic and Western European movement, breath work, outdoor practice, very similar to Qigong, Tai Chi, gentle yoga, a mix of that. And I blend all of them together, being a yoga teacher of many years. And I'm starting very shortly another course in Vida where I'm speaking with somebody in Spain who is going to be talking to me online about how she teaches Vida. And I'm hoping to book this week to go to Austria to talk to another lady that runs it, and we'll do some personal sessions together as well, which is really lovely. And she'll show me how she teaches Vida as well. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm putting together some how-to documents. If you're interested in what it is and how it works, then have a look at the website, yellowrhino.co.uk. But basically, it's an old Celtic Druid tradition that unfortunately was passed down orally mostly. There is only one book on it that anyone I know can find, and that's in German. Speaking to a chap on the phone from Ireland, he's trying to do extensive research as well. So yes, I'm having to travel around to find out more, which is great because that's what I'm used to doing. I like traveling around. So that's what I'm into next. So Wida or Vida works on 3 areas of the body: the tummy area, the chest area, and the head area. So it looks at emotions, it looks at your breath, your mental health, if you like, and your gut health. And I'll be telling you more about that as we go. But it's been really interesting to teach some of it, especially outdoors, because we've been very lucky this year with dry weather. So I've been able to be outside. The only thing I'm finding, are you finding that if you step barefoot onto grass at the moment, it is just so sharp? I've actually cut my feet quite a bit, so I have to be really careful. If you've seen some of my videos of doing Vida in the sunset in Gloucestershire, overlooking this sort of Severn estuary area, I had to stamp down the hard bits of hay and grass under my mat before I started my yoga practice in the evening. Yeah, so the ground is very dry. How are you coping with that? It is slightly cooler now, isn't it? Wondering how everyone's getting on with that. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to have a listen to Max. We're also going to listen to a little bit about Balsam Bashing. And then I will see you next time. Please get in touch. It is a short one because I am at the moment going around the festivals and so on. But I hope to catch up soon. And I really wanted to talk to you about these fantastic kits that Max is doing as well. So, with that note, I shall leave you with some videos. And I will see you next time. Let's go Himalayan balsam bashing. I'm all suited and booted and ready to go.
Originally from the Himalayas, there's 4 balsams in this country. This one is Himalayan balsam, which is from the Himalayas. There's a forget-me-not balsam, there's an orange balsam, there's a couple of others as well. But this is the main one that we get in this country. Easily identifiable.
The one we just cut it down.
I know, I'm doing the spiel here. Come on. So,
all day for this.
easily identifiable. It's got long single leaves. It's a vascular plant, so it's very, very wet and strong and sturdy. As you can see, it doesn't like hot weather.
Well, it was hard work, but it was fun. Listen to the crunch as we stamp on the roots.
Go down a bit.
And 2 hours later, we gave it a rest. We were exhausted, but good fun. Thanks all.
How important is having Celtic blood to you?
Having what, sorry?
Celtic blood.
Celtic blood. Oh, I love my ancestry. I'm slightly disappointed I have this accent, if anything. So I've grown up in Bedfordshire. I'd love to have my Scottish accent, but I still wear the kilt with pride. I go to Murrayfield for every rugby game, and I love touring a North Coast 500 and exploring where I'm from. But I also like going to Wales and Ireland as well. I mean, I live in England, but yeah, I love exploring the Celtic nations.
So you spend a lot of time in your houseboat and in your van. How does that impact your well-being?
So I never really meant to have an alternative lifestyle. I assumed I just have a house and a normal car and a wife and kids. But it just turns out that my life has gone this way. So yeah, living in a houseboat in a shipping container, I find really calming. One of the finest things is waking up in the morning, looking at the ceiling and seeing the light flickering because it's bouncing off the water. I adore that. And I really miss it when I'm away staying in hotels. And then van life just lets you explore anywhere. And there's nothing better. Last summer I was in France in my van. And one evening we'd finished filming and I went off to the coast. And all I knew was I'd headed towards the coast and I was somewhere near the sea, parked up, woke up in the morning and I was in the most beautiful part of La Rochelle, I think it was, overlooking the ocean. I went for a dip in the morning, went and ate some seafood for lunch, came back, and that's just the most calming, wondrous way to spend my time off.
That's amazing. How important is it to you to recycle things? I noticed that you use a lot of recyclable materials and eco-friendly. So how important is sustainability to you?
So sustainability is the most important thing in design for me, and not just in reusing materials, but using solar and lithium batteries. I've got an electric van, hopefully reducing my carbon footprint. We're now starting to use recycled carbon fiber in producing our units. The aluminium is recyclable. So yeah, just where possible, be sustainable. Because also we're going out into nature. We're loving nature. We're enjoying nature. So why not look after it?
You've been listening to the Sahawi Sessions, part of the Yellow Rhino brand. Please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe.